Welcome to Daily Overdose.
If you are even remotely a savage, you will run these people over. It's all out there for the taking.
One of the hardest things that a person can experience is giving every ounce of themselves. Blood, sweat, tears, hours and hours of practice, dedication to perfecting the craft and improving, and not seeing the result. And going to sleep knowing that they're going to have to wake up the next day and go at it just as hard.
Take the pain and make it part of your medicine. We all experience pain. We all experience suffering. Many of us have experienced trauma of one type or another, and that can consume you. I mean, it can consume you. But it's like fire, right? It can consume you, but you can also harness it and use it for different things.
That pain that you have, the things that you experience, is a plan. It is a blueprint for greatness. You've got to stop hiding that pain. You've got to stop holding on to it. Turn it around and use it for fuel to do something, to get somewhere, to become someone. Because the moment you come off of mute and you begin to open up your mouth and share your story, you'll find that there's a path to glory for it. You may not understand it today, but one day you'll look back over your life and realize the greatest novel being written are the words that you commit to the world.
You could be the person who's committed. You could be the person who says, this is going to fucking work no matter what happens, no matter how frustrated I get, no matter how angry I get, no matter what, I'm fucking doing this. Those are the people that are going to win.
Heroes and villains always have the same backstory, pain. The difference is what they choose to do about it. Villain says, the world hurt me, I'll hurt it back. The hero says, the world hurt me, I'm not going to let it hurt anybody else. Heroes use pain, villains are used by it.
Life. Embrace the journey and the process of life. You only get stronger hiking by going uphill. Nobody gets stronger hiking by just going downhill.
Is it worth it? Is the fight worth showing up to? Well, ladies and gentlemen, if this truly is something that you want, going at it every single day should be worth the fight. It should be the long, late nights. It should be the early mornings, going through it even when you're tired, saying no to the things that tempt you, the sweet, immediate gratification, just to get a little bit closer to that goal.
When someone closes a door in your face, all you have to remember is when God allows them to close the door in your face, all God wants you to do is walk up the hall. It's some more doors. Hey, stop. The door is closed for a reason. Because God just wants you to walk up the hall because he got another door. It's bigger, and when you open and get behind it, you ain't gonna believe what's back there. But you'll never get to it if you stand in front of that door crying.
But you have to accept the fact that you can set yourself a goal that you can attain, and there's not gonna be much glory in it to begin with. Because if you're not in very good shape, the goal that you could attain tomorrow isn't very glorious. But it's a hell of a lot better than nothing, and it beats the hell out of bitterness, and it's way better than blaming someone else. It's way less dangerous, and you could do it.
Confidence comes from this, because the disease of lack of confidence is you're obsessed with what everybody else thinks about you. What are they going to think? What are they going to think? What are they going to think? That's the symptom. The disease is you're worried about your reputation with everybody else because you don't have a good one with you.
If your past self could see where you're at today,
Think of how impressed they would be. One of the greatest ways you can overcome self-doubt is to realize how far you've come. Maybe you're not exactly where you want to be, but you're a lot better than where you were. And the key is to wake up every single day, put one foot in front of the other, keep moving, and keep growing.
If your reputation with self is exemplary, you're not concerned about your reputation with others. So self-confidence comes from one simple thing. It comes from keeping the promises you make to yourself. That's it. If you begin to consistently keep the promises you make to you, you will begin to stack upon that self-confidence.
You can do what you put your mind to. And if you continue to put your mind to it, the game opens up new levels. And each new level that gets opened up, you're able to adapt a different mindset and a different approach. You can stop at that level, or you can go, I want more levels. I want more fucking levels.
Stop complaining about the results you didn't get from the work you didn't put in. The only way to become more successful than most people is to be willing to do something most people aren't willing to do.
Greatness is something that you have merited, but you have to merit it by going to battle. Every day it's a battlefield of the mind. What you have to experience, what you have to endure to get through the school of hard knocks, to get a degree that will turn up the temperature in life for you and heat up the atmosphere and become the place that others find warm in a cold world. You are going through something because you have to become something. Welcome it, embrace it.
Sometimes when you're in a dark place, you think you've been buried, but actually, you've been planted.
But you have to be willing to stick to this path. Commit to this journey. You have it within you. You do. And when you get to the end of it, you'll understand it all.
Most people play life safe. It's easy to grab the video game and put it on knowledge. It allows you to get to the end. But when you play it on knowledge, you won't improve. You never find out what you can be because you've never been tested. It's the same way with life. As long as you play it safe, you will always be an underachiever. When you don't know what's possible because you never tried, nothing but guilt, frustration, and resentment gets set up inside of your life for the rest of it.
Well, what do people go watch when they go see a movie? They watch a romantic adventure. Well, why? Because that's what they want in their life. They don't want peace and tranquility, the pleasures of gratified infantile dependence. They want a bloody adventure.
How do you create your life? You get hungry for something, don't you? Started with a concrete vision of what you wanted, and you focused on it continuously, didn't you? Wherever focus goes, energy flows. You envisioned something, you got clear about it, and then you started thinking about all the reasons why you wanted it. So this is what's next for me now. I want this. You may have dreamed about it, thought about it, talked about it. But when you focus on something continuously, something magical happens. You get insights, don't you?
Success is the only event. All you do is you just become bigger than them, so that who they are in reference to you shrinks into irrelevant. You don't crush them, you shrink them in comparison to you. The goal is I'll just be so big that he will become irrelevant.
Let loose everything that's inside of you to find out what you can be. Pour out that can of what's possible so that the rest of the world can see that you're amazing.
Sit on your bed one day and ask yourself, what remarkably stupid things am I doing on a regular basis to absolutely screw up my life? And if you actually ask that question, but you have to want to know the answer, right? Because that's actually what asking the question means. It doesn't mean just mouthing the words. It means you have to decide that you want to know. You'll figure that's out so fast it'll make your hair curl. What would happen if you consulted yourself about the best possible outcome for you? You might get an answer.
The only thing that screws you up is limiting beliefs that you don't investigate, that you just accept. And it's two things. It's the state you're in, the mental emotional state. When you're pissed off, frustrated, sad, depressed, overwhelmed, you can't fight your way out of a paper bag, right? Because in that state, you're not resourceful. If you are feeling playful or creative or passionate or driven or hungry or grateful, you get a whole different set of insights and thoughts.
You need to make it a habit to start every fucking day validating yourself, because life is a marathon.
Stop saying you don't have time. Just stop saying it, because when you say, I don't have time, you're making yourself feel behind. You're making yourself feel like you can't get it done. You're making yourself feel stressed out. Instead, this is what I want you to say. This is not a priority right now. Because when you say this is not a priority right now, you remind yourself that you're in control of what you focus on. You are putting your attention on what's important to you, and you are taking control of what you spend your time on, and suddenly you feel like you have more time.
We're trying so hard in our lives to fit in. We try to fit into certain groups, among certain friends. Yet the people we idolize are the ones that stand out. But when you're prepared, there is no fear. There is no fear of failure, okay? Because even if you walk out of something and feel like you failed at it, your preparation is so strong that you're gonna take that failure and turn it into the outcome you desire. And most people stop at failure, okay? We've all failed at things. I'm gonna continue to fail at stuff. It's the most powerful tool you can use.
An eagle flies at a certain altitude, and the only other bird flies at that altitude is another eagle. So if he finds himself flocking with pigeons, he may be flying too low. See, sometimes we asking ourselves, why my friends treating me like this? You hanging out with pigeons. Eagles ain't got time to gossip. Kings don't gossip. Fools party, kings celebrate.
The winners always show up. They're willing to lose in order to gain. This body, as great as you are, as sharp as you make the arsenal, it can't do anything if you don't have confidence in yourself. We all fall down in life. The question is, who gets back up? You go after it, you give it all you have. If you lose, at least you try. I failed. It's 10 times more of a man than someone said, what if? Because what if never went to the arena. When you guys find a fear, that fear will either create you or destroy you. I love fear. The reason why? Behind every fear is a person you want to be. Fear is self-imposed, meaning it doesn't exist. You create it, you can destroy it too.
All fail. It's okay. What is not okay is that when you fail, you stay down. And winners will fail and get up. Fail and get up. You always get up. That is a winner.
Once you start questioning yourself, you already lost. Once you start questioning yourself, once you start going into a state of depression, and you start being by yourself, and you start thinking and wondering, once you start wondering, you already lost. Even if you don't believe. I gotta believe in me before anybody else believes in me.
The champions, guys, it's not their potential, it's not their genetics. It's their perseverance to always show up, always willing to fail, because in failure, that's part of success. Success is not, a marathon of life with just ups. Success is formulated through failures, through facing your fears, through falling down and getting back up. That's what creates the champion.
Let the world see that what's been bottled inside of you has been shaken, stirred, and it's time to let this thing explode. Use your gifts, use your talents. Don't waste them.
I would say that not only do you want to stop being scared and do that thing that you don't know if you can do or not, but you know what you got to do is you got to start taking the steps now. Because when you're 18 years old, your life seems like it's going to last forever. And I will tell you right now, it's not going to last forever. And those years go by like a summer's day. And the next thing you know, you look up and you're 36 years old, or you're 44 years old.
And that time's gone. You cannot get it back. You cannot get time back.
Nothing is going to change if you don't make this change. So how would your life be different if you start choosing the right things? How would your life grow if you let go of the wrong things in your life? So I want to challenge you right now. How would today be different for you? Because let's be real. A lot of us every single day, we choose the wrong things. We choose the wrong people. We choose people's opinions instead of our peace.
Life ain't fair to nobody. You just gotta fight through, man. You gotta fight back sometimes.
So those dreams that you have, those goals that you have, don't put them off another second. Not 1 second. Get on them and go out and make them happen starting right now.
We have to always remember, our purpose will always be there, but the purpose is myself. Your mind has to be stronger than your feelings. On those bad days, when you think that you're alone, you just might be.